Yesterday I saw Bob coming towards me. And I saw Bob and he came up to me and he said, "Hey Bob, how you doing?" Bob said, I'm a little nervous here." I said, "What's the problem, Bob?" Bob said, "Well, I have to give this speech today." I asked him, "What's the name of your speech?" "Well, it's called Taking the Terror Out of Talk. And I'm just scared to death of this speech." It happens. No matter how prepared we are, we get up there in front of people and all of a sudden we're nervous, we're scared, start to shake. Sometimes we don't have any time to prepare. Suddenly somebody lets us know there's this big meeting going on, we got to give a little talk about that thing we've been working on, and just like that, we're on stage. So when that happens, our body is the natural fight or flight reaction. And while some people may want the flight, for most of us, well, that's not an option. So with flight ruled out, it becomes all about fight. We're all ready. We're all ready to take on this audience. They aren't going to scare us. No siree. And our body tenses up, and our pulse starts to pound, and we start to sweat. And we stand there, shaking all over, wanting to attack the audience, but knowing that that wouldn't be a good idea. And certainly if we're trying to persuade people of our point, attacking the audience is not the best way to persuade people. So we're all wound up, ready to fight. Our body's ready to fight. But there's nothing to fight. So we get tenser and tenser, and it just builds and builds until we go out on stage. We're like this. "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad to be here tonight." And nobody believes it. Heck, you don't even believe it. You're the speaker. When these things happen, you get put in those last-minute situations, or if you've been planning it for days and you're still nervous, which is normal, you need a way to quickly calm down, to quickly relax, quickly put yourself at ease, so you quickly can go from this to this. You're confident, you're in control, you're ready to speak. This can be done if you know about several little exercises you can do. Now, because these are exercises you do right before going out on stage, they aren't intense, they aren't difficult, they're very easy. But they'll help you get rid of some of those fight reactions. They're so normal when you give presentations. Help you calm down that fast heartbeat. Help you ease some of that sweating that's going on. Help you relax fully and completely in front of your audience. Simple things you can do to make yourself a calmer, more relaxed, more powerful speaker. So we'll be talking today about three things. Three simple things. And once you understand these three things, you'll have a very easy way to face that audience. Because you can't go out on stage and just duck your audience, no matter how much you might want to sometimes. You can't do flight, you can't do fight, so you're just going to have to figure out how to do something else. Take a breath. Just relax. It's okay. Just take a breath. When people say to other people, take a breath, what they mean is relax, calm down, take it easy. And the reason they mention breath is because breath is so important in calming down. When you get out there on stage and you're just about ready to go on stage, your heart can be pounding like a hammer in your chest. You get all sweaty, you get all tense, and you don't breathe. It's a fact. You really aren't breathing. You're sort of breathing, but your chest is just constricted, it's cut off. And you aren't breathing easily. And when you go out there to talk to your audience, you start straining your voice because you aren't using your air well. Happens all the time. You go out there, you aren't using your air well, and all of a sudden, you squeak. People don't understand what you're saying. You talk too quickly or too slowly. It just doesn't work. So when you get nervous, you're about ready to go out there on stage, what you need to do is take a breath. And today, we'll go through a very simple, basic breathing exercise you can do before you go on stage. But I'm not going to do this alone. I want everybody here, everybody, to get up. Get up, stand up, just like me. Stand up. That's it, everybody. Up, up. That's it. Yeah, you too. Get up. You, yeah, up. All right, you're all standing? Good. What I want you to do is I want you to breathe in slowly. Hold your breath, and then to breathe out. We'll do this 3 times. 3 times. So breathing in, holding it, breathing out. Okay? Got that? Okay. Let's try it now. Breathe in, slowly. Hold it. Now breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it. Now breathe out. Last time. Breathe in. Hold it. Now breathe out. Now you can sit down. What you discover in doing that is that after you've done that procedure, you start to notice your breath. You start to breathe more fully. Your voice can get a little bit louder, a little bit stronger, a little bit more definite and confident because you're using your air. You're finally taking a breath. And if you do that right before you go out on stage, you can improve your performance from where you would have been to where you can be. All it takes is taking that breath. So one simple thing you can do. You're about ready to go out on stage, take a breath. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. It's one thing you can do. And here is the second thing. Before you go out on stage, You have to make sure that your mind is ready for your performance. You have to be certain that you're thinking in your head what you want to happen. Think in your head what you want to have happen out there on stage. Because when you get up there and you're about ready to go out on stage, you realize anything could happen. And if your mind isn't set, if you aren't certain what's going to happen, then you can think anything could happen. Maybe it'll go well. Maybe it won't go well. And your mind that's not set just continues spinning all over the place. And that's no good. So you have to get the mind set before you go out on stage. You have to see yourself doing well. Doing very well. There's a simple exercise you can do to make this happen. A simple exercise you can do to get your mind set before you go out on stage. So you're ready. So you're ready to go out there, ready to talk, ready to face your audience. It's all about getting the mind in the right place before you even give your speech. So it's something we're all going to do together. And just like before, please stand up. Because in a little bit, you'll be closing your eyes. You don't want anybody falling asleep. So the best thing to do is just stand up, and that way you won't fall asleep. Everybody up. Up. Thank you. Up. Stand. Great. Okay. Now we're going to do a visualization. This visualization, you close your eyes, and you're going to listen to what I say and picture it in your head. See it happening. Okay? Ready? Now close your eyes. Picture yourself about ready to give a speech. Which speech doesn't matter. Any speech at all. Just see yourself about ready to give a speech. And you step up to the stage, you step onto the stage. As you step out on the stage, the audience applauds. You take control of the stage, you look out at the audience, they're alert, they're interested, they're focused, excited to hear what you have to say. You start to give your speech. Any speech. Which speech doesn't matter. You start to give a speech. And as you give this speech, you see that the places where you're funny, the audience laughs. Places where you're serious, the audience looks serious. See the audience taking it in, nodding in the right places, looking thoughtful. You can see that your speech is having a definite effect on the audience. Your speech is improving the audience. You stand there and you get more and more comfortable. You know the audience is enjoying the speech. Afterwards, speech over, the audience applauds greatly, and you sit down knowing you did a good job. Okay, now open your eyes and sit down. That's visualization. All it is picturing in your mind the way you want things to occur, how you want things to occur. See it clearly in your mind, and it will happen when you get out on stage. Now, just one more thing to do to get yourself ready to go out on stage. And now, the final technique you can use, make sure that you're calm before going out on stage. So far we talked about breathing, the importance of breathing. That can help you project. Make sure your voice reaches where it's supposed to reach and you aren't straining your vocal cords. Talked about visualization, so you can picture that perfect presentation in your mind. See it and be it. Now, I'm going to talk about how to handle the rest of your body. Because when you go out on stage and you get ready to give that talk, it's common for your body to be tense. It's common for you to be tense throughout. Not only the lungs, but the legs, the arms, and all that tension can come into your performance. You can seem stiff and unnatural on stage. You give a stiff performance because your body's stiff. So here's a way to deal with that. Make sure you get the stiffness out of your body. Everybody, I promise this is for the last time. I swear. Stand up for the last time. This is it. It's okay. Last time, everybody up. Get up. You too. I know it's difficult, but get up. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody get up. I'm going to step you through isometrics. Isometrics are where you're going to start tensing parts of your body and then releasing them. And when you release them, you'll discover you're more relaxed afterwards than you were before. And while it's simple enough to describe, the only way for you to believe it and understand it is if we just try it together. So let's do it right now. I want you to take your hands, slowly, slowly, clench your hands into a fist and hold it until your knuckles are white, your hand starts to shake. And then, slowly, slowly release your hands and then shake it out. Now tense your hands, tighter, tighter, and your arms, your whole arm, tighter, tighter. It's white and shaking. Hold it. And then release and shake it out. Now, you can all be seated. Thank you. And then you continue that for the entire body. Continue with the hands, the arms, and the chest. Tense up the chest, and then release it. Then the hands, the arms, the body, and the legs. Tense the legs and the chest and the hands and the arms. And then finally, everything. Tense the hands, the arms, the chest, the legs, and the head and neck. And then release. And if you do that, you'll discover that your hands get much more relaxed, your arms are much more relaxed, your upper body is much more relaxed. You'll just feel good when you get out on stage. You'll be relaxed and comfortable. That's what you want. So use isometrics. It's very simple. Right before you get out on stage, you just tense up, relax with your arms, relax. And don't worry about looking strange because no one's really going to be able to tell that you're tensing up your body. It's just not going to be that obvious. People aren't going to notice it. So don't worry about that. It's not a problem. Just do it all the way through. And then you've done it through your whole body. Be relaxed, comfortable, ready to hit the stage. So now you have 3 ways to calm down before you get on stage. One way is through breathing. Just breathe in, hold, breathe out. Do that 2 or 3 times. And then each time you do it, feel yourself relax more and more comfortable. Another way is visualization. See yourself in your mind going up in front of that audience and having a great result. Meeting a great audience, everything go well beginning to the end, getting a nice applause at the end. See it going perfectly fine in your head before you go on stage. And isometrics. Clench your hands really tight and relax them. Your hands, your arms, your upper body, hands, your arms, your body, your legs, hands, your arms, your body, your legs, your head. Tense them all and then relax. And feel the difference between the tension and the relaxation. And after you do that, you should be ready to go on stage. Because it is scary going out on the stage, taking that first step. Never knowing what might happen. It's scary. And it's perfectly natural to have that concern, those fears, those butterflies. Those butterflies are what drive you. Those butterflies are what get you to do your best. That's perfectly normal. But all that blood rushing through you, all that excitement, shouldn't keep you from giving a good performance. So you work on these 3 things and you breathe a little better, a little more openly. You think a little more focused, a little more clearly. And you relax a little bit more completely. That's the name of the game, to calm down. That's what it's all about. Learning how to be calm when you're worked up, when you're excited. And if you practice these things every time before you go out on stage, you'll discover when you start talking, your voice is stronger. You find out that you have a definite sense of where you're going. And if the audience doesn't seem to be quite with you, it's okay. You know that they're going to catch up to you. That you are going to hook them. You are going to get them involved. You are going to get to happen in front of you, what you've seen so clearly in your head. And you'll be able to unclench, relax, and get fully comfortable in front of the audience. Calming down before a speech isn't magic. It's work. If you do the work before you even speak, before you even say a word out on stage, you'll have a much better experience once you actually get out on stage. Now for this to be effective, you have to do it every time before you get up there. So make a new habit. Plan it out. Write it down. These 3 simple exercises you can do anytime you have a speech to give. Whether you think you're ready, or whether it just came up instantly and you're really not fully ready. At least you'll be able to convince yourself and convince your audience that you are ready, you are calm, and you're ready to speak.